Hello class 9. It's been quite some time. So today we'll be starting with the graphical representation, continuation of the first chapter, force and motion. Okay, so first I'll be teaching you all how to draw a graph. For graph we will be having two lines, that is one line is horizontal one. The horizontal line is known as your x-axis and the vertical line is known as your y-axis. Now, how to plot a graph? We will have certain values of x, a y corresponding to values of x. भन्नुको मतलब for when x is equals to 1, y is equals to 2. When x is equals to 2, y is equals to 4. There will be certain equations from which we are getting these values or certain experiments. Okay, so this is just an example to show you how to plot a graph. So after you draw the horizontal line and the vertical line, name them x-axis and y-axis, then you assign them values at equal intervals. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, these are supposed to be at equal spacings. You assign them certain values according to what you are needed to plot. Then again same thing for the y-axis, you are going to plot, you are going to mark these numbers at equal spacings. 1, 2, these spacing should be equal, 3, 4 and so on. Okay, so now I'm starting by plotting the observations, what data is given to me. Okay, when x is equals to 1, my y is equals to 2. So x is 1 and y is 2. Where does this point meet? So this is my point, which is 1, 2. This observation can be shown by this point in this graph. Okay, similarly when x is equals to 2, y is equals to 4. So when I come to 2, my value of y is 4. So 2 goes straight up 4. This point represents your value 2, 4. Okay, x is 2 here and y is 4 at this point. Similar for the other observations. Okay, and then after you finish plotting all this for 3, 6, 4, 3, 6, 4, 8, 5, 10, then what you are going to do is you are going to draw a straight line joining all the points. This is your graph for these observations. Okay, after that there are two things that you need to know about a graph. There is something known as slope and there is something known as area. Okay, first I'll be starting with slope. Slope is defined as change in y-axis divided by change in x-axis. It is the ratio of change in y-axis with x-axis. In simple manner, slope just means how much it is tilted. Okay, like for example, when you're walking on a road, if your road is plain, suppose this is your road, okay, you say that the road is plain, it does not have much slope. But suppose if you have to walk uphill to this, okay, this road has more slope than this road, initial road. Okay, so this road is going to have more slope than this. Okay, and then if you go on tilting it upwards, what you see is you will find difficult to move on this road because it is more it has more slope or it is more uphill. Okay, so this is the actual significance of slope. It means how your y is varying with x. Okay, just not going into the detail, just need to know that your mathematical formulation for slope is change in y-axis divided by change in x-axis, and how you can imagine is by imagining it to be a road. Okay, so if I give you two lines, suppose for example this line and this line, where do you find, what do you find, will you be comfortable walking? Will you be comfortable walking on this road or this road, A or B? You will be comfortable walking on B because it has less slope. Okay, but if you walk this is quite uphill, we say that the slope of A is more than slope of B. But the mathematical how do you find slope is this formula, change in y-axis divided by change in x-axis. That is, change means your initial value, final value of y minus initial value of y. Change in x-axis means final value, finally kahan pugyo, and then initial value of x-axis. Okay. Next thing is area. Area is just the area bounded by this graph and your x-axis. So from this point to this point, whatever area is left out here, whatever area it is shading, the whole thing is the area. Okay, of the if they ask you to find the area, then it is just the area shaded by this, whatever it's like it's raining from here. Okay, so this from this point to this point. Whatever part is going to get wet, the entire thing is area, and your x-axis is the floor. So it's going to get bounded between the graph and the x-axis. Here we will be discussing displacement and time graph. For displacement and time graph, you are going to plot time in your x-axis and displacement in your y-axis. There are certain values, observations given to you, and you are supposed to plot these points in this graph. Okay, it has already been drawn, but I'm going to explain you how did I get this graph. Okay, so first one, number A, when time is 0, your displacement is 0. When time is 0, your displacement is 0. So you have a point here. When time is equals to 0, displacement is 0. Okay, so this is the point. Second one, when time reached to 1, when time it is going by, passing by. So when time is 1 second, then your displacement became 10. Okay, so when time is 1, displacement is 10. This is the point. You have to get this point. Now again time is increasing to 2. When time reached 2, your displacement became, you are moving. Okay, so your displacement is 15. So when you are in 2 seconds, your displacement is 15. So these two, you just draw perpendiculars from here, and wherever these two lines intersect, that is your point. This point represents 2, 15. Okay, similarly for other, 3, 20 is this point, 4, 25 is this point, 4, 25, okay, and 5, 30 is this point. After you finish plotting the dots or the points, you are supposed to draw a line joining all the points. After you draw the line joining all the points, you get your graph. So your graph looks something like this. It is a straight line passing through the origin. Okay. And the next observation is when time is 0, displacement is 0. When time is 1, displacement is 1. Okay, so let us plot this. Again, you take time in the x-axis and displacement in the y-axis. Again, when time is 0, your displacement is 0. Same way you plot this. When time is equals to 1, your displacement is somewhere 1. I forgot to tell you, when you get these observations, you are supposed to plot. First thing is how to draw a graph. You are supposed to draw two lines, that is x-axis, y-axis. X is your time, displacement is your y. After that, you are supposed to assign values to your graph. Okay, so you are going to mark equal intervals. You are going to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and here at equal intervals, you are going to write 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, it should be equal. So 5 ले it बढ्दै जाँदैछ उकालो हेरिरहेको छ तिमीहरूले हैन. यहाँ 5 छ, 5 plus 5 10. Again 5 add, that's 15, add 5, then it's 20, then it's 25. So it just goes on adding. And equal intervals, where the यो दुईटाको बीचमा gap is 5, gap is 5, gap is 5. So equal spacing you have to draw the plots. Why I took 5, 10, 25? Because here the values goes from 25, and here the values are going till 30. So I took till 30. Okay, down I took only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because you can see time is not varying much. Okay, 25 भएको भयो, यहाँ पनि 5, 10, 25 गर्थे, तर यहाँ यस्तो भयो. Okay, whatever is given to you, you just plot that for now. Okay, so after plotting these observations, I join the lines and then I get a graph something like this. It is not a straight line. It looks more like parabola. Okay, now I'm going to explain you what are these two graphs. This graph is for uniform velocity. This graph is for uniform velocity. As I have discussed in the previous video, that uniform velocity is when you are changing position or you are covering equal distances in equal intervals of time. So you can see in 1 second you covered 10 meters. Okay, let us eliminate this one for now. Okay, in 1 second, 2 second मा जाँदाखेरि यो दुईटाको बीचमा ग्याप के छ, ग्याप 1 second. In 1 second you reached 10 minus 15, 15 minus 10, that is 5 meters. Again 2 देखिको 3 second भनेको 1 second. 1 second को ग्यापमा फेरि कति कभर गर्दै तिमीले, फेरि 5 meters, because 15 देखिको तिमी 20 पुग्यो नि त. So how much did you cover? You covered 5 meters. Again 3 देखिको 4 second मा जाँदाखेरि you covered 5 meters. So you are covering equal distances in equal intervals. 1 second मा 5, 1 second मा 5, 1 second मा 5, 1 second मा 5. Okay, but let us have a look at this observation. यो दुई जनाको बीचमा ग्याप छ 1 second. 1 second मा तिमीले कति मिटर कभर गर्यो? 1, हैन? Again the gap between these two is 1 second. 2 minus 1 is 1 second, but you covered how much? you initially you were at 1, then you reached 4. That means how much did you cover? 4 minus 1, 3. Okay, then again it is 1 second. 3 minus 2 is 1 second. But how much you covered? You were in position 4, now you reached 9. How much did you cover? That means how much you had to run? 5 minus 4, that is 9 minus 4, that is 5. Okay, so you can see the interval of time is equal. Every time I'm checking my displacement after 1 second. Okay, 1 second I checked my displacement, I had covered 1 meter. And second time when I checked after 1 second interval, I saw that my displacement, I had run for 3 meters. I had covered a distance or displacement of 3 meters. Similarly here, after 1 second I checked and it is 5 meters. So you can see that after equal intervals of time, my displacement is not same. Therefore I get this kind of graph. Okay, it is not a straight line. This is for non-uniform velocity. The velocity is not uniform. Okay, so you are running speed, sometimes you are running fast, sometimes you are running slow. It is not uniform. Unlike here, the velocity is uniform. So now, as before I had discussed about slope of a graph, let us see what the slope of this displacement time graph gives us. Okay, so for slope, I told you the formula is change in x-axis divided by change in y-axis divided by change in x-axis. So change means that final value minus initial value, final minus initial value. So let us take any 2 points. I need 2 points, one initial and then one final. Okay, so I'm taking this point and this point here into consideration. This is my final value. This is my initial value. Initially my point was here and finally it reached here. Okay, so initially my value of x is 2 and initially my value of y is 15. So I say 2 is my x1 and 15 is my y1. Okay, and I'm taking another point. You can take any point you like. I'm just choosing this two randomly. Okay, this is my final point. I want to check what is my value of x and y at this point. So I know the value of x here is 4. Let me say that this is my x2. This is my final value of x. Okay, and my value of y is 25 here. This is y2, final value of y. So my initial value of y is y1, final value is y2, initial value of x1, final value is x2. So just put the values here. Okay, so y2 minus y1. y2 is 25. Okay, minus y1. y1 is 15. Divided by x2 minus x1. What is my x2? x2 is 4. Okay, and then minus x1 is 2. Okay, this is my x1. So just solve it. You will be getting 10 divided by 2 is equal to 5. Okay, but here what am I doing? Slope of graph is giving me y2, this point y2 minus y1. What is this? But this is displacement. What is this? This is displacement. So I can write displacement divided by, and what is this? What am I plotting here? x2 minus x1. This part is time. So displacement upon time. But we know, we've seen this formula before, that displacement upon time is equal to velocity. So when I tell you what does the slope of, you can see that actually I was finding slope, but slope ko formula ne ke ayo timro? Slope ko formula itself is displacement by time. Displacement by time bhaneko na timro ke ho? Velocity ho. भनेपछि मैले यस्तो भन्न सक्छु कि slope of displacement time graph ले मलाई के दिन्छ? मलाई velocity दिन्छ. Okay, so you must know this, that slope of displacement time gives you velocity. तिमीले यो ग्राफ को slope खोज्यौ भने तिमीले के खोजेको भन्छौ? You are actually finding the velocity. Okay, non uniform को तिमीले अहिले खोज्नु परेको छैन. So it's written here. We can note that the slope of displacement time graph gives you the value of velocity. Now the another one is velocity time graph. Okay, velocity time graph ma मैले time x-axis ma what I'm plotting, same thing, time, and in y-axis what I'm going to plot, velocity. Okay, so velocity यहाँ plot गर्दैछु, time x-axis ma I'm going to plot time. This is my y-axis ma velocity. ठीक छ? Same thing, you draw two lines and then you will assign values according to the observation that is given to you. Okay, so यहाँ 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 छ. So तिमीले यहाँ time 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at equal spacing plot गर, मतलब mark गर, हैन? After that you are given velocity as 50, 50, 50, 50. So you have to reach 50 somewhere, हैन? तो यहाँ तिमीले के गर्छौ? 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 plot गर्यौ. अन्त यहाँ time जब 0 छ, your velocity is 50. So यहाँनिर टाइम जब 0 छ velocity is 50 एउटा point यहाँ. टाइम 1 सेकेन्डमा फेरि तिम्रो velocity कति छ 50 हैन. 2 सेकेन्डमा कति छ 50. 3 सेकेन्डमा पुग्दाखेरि फेरि 50 हैन. 4 सेकेन्डमा फेरि 50. 5 सेकेन्डमा फेरि 50. यो पोइन्ट चाहिँ तिमीले यहाँनिर प्लट गर्नु भएन नि. यहाँनिर चाहिँ x को भ्यालु चाहिँ 5 छ, y को भ्यालु 0 छ हैन. तिमीले दुईटा म्याच गर्नुपर्छ. 5 र 50 कहाँ छ? यो x को भ्यालु 5 त यो पोइन्टमा छ, तर y त भ्यालु कति हुनु पर्यो 50. सो 5 र 50 कहाँ छ? सीधा यहाँबाट परपेन्डिकुलर जाएर जहाँ पोइन्ट भेट्यो त्यहीँनिर चाहिँ तिम्रो पोइन्ट हो. ओके, सो we got this graph. Another graph is again velocity by time, same thing. Okay, but we have a different set of observation. फेरि मैले त्यही गर्छु, x axis मा time, y axis मा velocity plot गर्छु हैन. अनि यहाँनिर I am putting different observations 5 0 5 0 5 10 15 20 25 30 लगाए. माथिपट्टि फेरि 0 10 20 30 40 50 markings I have to put. Okay, after that you look at the observation and start marking the points which represents these observations. You can see when time is 5 seconds your velocity is 10. So when time is 5 your velocity is 10. So bring perpendiculars. यहाँ दुईटाबाट सीधा perpendicular जाएर जहाँनिर they are meeting, that is your point which represents 5 10. फेरि यहाँनिर 10 when time is 10 seconds your velocity is 20. So 20 र 10 जहाँ छ त्यहाँनिर प्लट गर्नु हैन. 15 30 15 हुँदाखेरि यो 30 पुग्यो. ठीक छ, यहाँबाट सीधा लाइन जोड्दाखेरि जहाँ भेट्यो त्यहीँनिर you have to mark the point. After you plot all these, you are going to draw a line joining all the points. You get a graph somewhat like this. Okay, so यहाँनिर तिमीले के अब्जर्भ गर्दैछौ? यो अब्जर्भेसनमा टाइम गएकै छ. 1 सेकेन्ड 2 सेकेन्ड 3 सेकेन्ड चाहिँ घडी हेर्दाखेरि टाइम गएकै छ. बट इज योर भेलोसिटी चेन्जिङ? नो, you were moving with velocity 50 meter per second at 0. फेरि टाइम भयो 1 सेकेन्डमा तिमी 50 ले जाँदैछौ, 2 सेकेन्डमा 50, 3 सेकेन्डमा 50. So we can see that your velocity is not changing with respect to time. That means it is constant. So तिमीले velocity नै चेन्ज गरेको छैन भने तिम्रो स्पिड बढेकै छैन हैन. So what do we say at these cases? We say that it is non-accelerated motion. You all must remember I had told you before that acceleration means your change in velocity with respect to time. यहाँनिर हामीले हेर्दैछ कि change in velocity नै भएको छैन. So we say that this is non-accelerated motion. Velocity is not changing with time. But here velocity के हुँदैछ तिम्रो? पहिला 10 meter per second, फेरि 20 meter per second, 30 बढेकै छ velocity. Velocity बढ्नु भनेको accelerator दबाउनु भनेको. Okay, so that's why we say that this is an accelerated motion. Okay, and since the graph is a straight line, we say that this is a uniformly accelerated motion because your velocity is changing equally in equal intervals of time. अब यहाँ 5 देखिको 10 जाँदाखेरि 5 सेकेन्डको भित्रमा तिम्रो कति चेन्ज भयो? 20 minus 10, that is 10 ले चेन्ज भयो हैन. फेरि यहाँ 10 देखिको 15 सेकेन्ड जाँदाखेरि कति टाइमको ग्यापमा नाप्दैछौ? 5 सेकेन्डको ग्यापमा. ग्याप हेर्नुपर्छ है त तिमीले. ठीक छ, एन्ड यो दुईटाको बिचमा ग्याप कति छ? 10 हैन. यो दुईटाको टाइमको बिचमा ग्याप कति छ? 20 minus 15 5. यो दुईटाको बिचमा ग्याप कति छ? 40 minus 30 10 हैन. So you can see that time is equal intervals. 5 सेकेन्ड बाद मैले नाप्दैछु नि त हैन. So 5 सेकेन्डमा नाप्दाखेरि equal intervals of time मा नाप्दाखेरि my velocity is changing by equal intervals. यहाँ पनि 10 ले बढ्यो, यहाँ पनि 10 ले बढ्यो, यहाँ पनि 10 ले बढ्यो. So I say that my velocity is changing equally in equal intervals of time. Okay, अब now we will try to find slope. Okay, same thing अघिको जस्तै slope graph को दुईटा कुरा हुन्छ भनेको थिए, slope and area. Okay, पहिला मैले slope खोजेको थिएँ, यहाँनिर चाहिँ अब slope पनि खोज्नुपर्छ, area पनि we have to find. So again slope is change in y axis divided by change in y axis. Change भनेको नै तिम्रो final minus initial. अब यहाँनिर finally see I'll take 2 points randomly. यो point र यो point तिमीले जुनै point लिँदा पनि भयो. यो point भने जे लिँदा पनि भयो. I'm just taking these 2 points. Okay, so this is my initial value. पहिला नै मेरो value यति थियो भनेको हैन, and this is my final value. Finally my value became this much. Okay, so यो point को जुन चाहिँ x को value छ, time को value, त्यसलाई मैले t1 भन्दै, t1 हैन. अन्त यहाँनिर जुन चाहिँ भ्यालु अफ भेलोसिटी छ त्यसलाई मैले v1 भन्ने इनिशियली. ओके, अब बढ्दै फाइनली मेरो के भयो? गाडीको यतिको टाइममा यतिको भेलोसिटी भयो हैन. सो यो टाइमलाई आई से t2, दैट इज माय फाइनल टाइम, एन्ड दिस टाइम इज नोन, भेलोसिटी इज नोन एज माय v2, दैट इज फाइनल भेलोसिटी. ओके, सो यो दुईटालाई अब व्हाट डु आई पुट द भ्यालुज हियर. y2 minus y1, that is v2 minus v1, x2 minus x1 भनेको t2 minus t1. Okay, so change, तर यो भनेको के हो? velocity by time, change in velocity by time. कहिले देखेको थियो यो? पहिला वी हेभ नोन द्याट एक्सेलरेसनको फर्मुला नै के हो तिम्रो एक्सेलरेसन इज इक्वल्स टु चेन्ज इन भेलोसिटी बाई टाइम सो यो त के भयो तिम्रो चेन्ज इन भेलोसिटी हो नि त फाइनल भेलोसिटी माइनस इनिसियल velocity and t2 minus t1 is your final time minus initial time so change velocity by time या फिर change in time भनेको नै तिम्रो के हो acceleration so यो त हामीले खासमा के खोजेको थियो we were actually finding slope but we finally got that change in velocity upon change in time त्यो के पो रहेछ acceleration so I can say that slope of my velocity time graph gives acceleration यो तिमीलाई याद गर्नुपर्छ because we will be using this while deriving Newton's equation of motion okay you need to know that the slope of your velocity time graph ले के दिन्छ तिमीलाई acceleration दिन्छ okay पहिला हाम्रो displacement time graph को slope ले हामीलाई velocity जसरी दिदै थियो यहाँनिर velocity time को graph को slope ले चाहिँ we are getting slope of the graph gives you acceleration okay and now we are coming to area अब एरिया ले चाहिँ के दिदै रहेछ स्लोप त हेरिहाल्यो हामीले हैन अब एरिया अफ द ग्राफ ले चाहिँ के दिदै रहेछ अब एरिया कसरी खोज्नु पर्छ यहाँ हेर we will be using this graph for the area I told you area भन्नुको मतलब चाहिँ it is the area bounded by this graph and your x axis so यहाँ भित्र पानी परेको जस्तै हो यहाँ ग्राफबाट तिमीलाई पानी परेको जस्तै हो यहाँ जति एरिया शेड भयो त्यति तिमीले एरिया कति छ भनेर त्यो सबै खोज्नु पर्यो ओके सो यहाँ देखिको मुनि झाडेकै गएर तल जानु हैन कहाँ रोकिनु दिस एक्स एक्सिसमा रोकिनु एक्स इज लाइक अ फ्लोर ओके सो यति भित्रमा चाहिँ तिम्रो कति भिज्यो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ यति एरिया भिज्यो भनेर यु हैव टु फाइन्ड दिस मच एरिया ओके सो जुनै पनि पोइन्टमा लिन सक्थ्यौ तिमीले यु कुड टेक दिस पोइन्ट सो यो दुईटा पोइन्ट लिएको भए यति एरिया यु वुड हैव फाउन्ड हैन सो इफ यु वुड हैव टेकन दिस 2 points then you would have found the area यहाँ देखिको मुनि डल्लै हैन I've chosen 2 points randomly A and B so I'm going to find the area between A and B A र B को बीचमा भनेपछि अब A र B यहाँ जुन चाहिँ लाइन छ यहाँ देखिको पानी सबै झरेर के भयो डल्लै एरिया भिज्यो गएकै हैन you have to stop at the x axis भुइयो ठीक छ सो यति एरिया खोज्नु भन्दैछ अब यो हेर्दाखेरि के जस्तै लाग्यो तिमीलाई this looks like rectangle हैन सो rectangle को एरिया तिम्रो के हो लेन्थ इन्टु ब्रेथ हो कि हैन दिस एरिया खोज्नु पर्यो हैन यहाँनिर लेन्थ कति हो यो लेन्थ इज BC हैन यो लेन्थ त तिमीले यहाँबाट खोज्नु सक्छौ यतिको भ्यालु कति हो भन्दाखेरि 0 देखिको 50 सम्म यो भ्यालु कति भयो 50 हैन अनि यति ब्रेथ भनेको तिम्रो AB हो AB ब्रेथ इज AB which is what is the value of this यतिको लेन्थको भ्यालु कति हो यो डल्लै भनेको 5 हो यो भनेको 2 हो so 5 minus 2 will give you कति यति उब्रेको 3 ठीक छ 5 minus 2 is 3 अब यो यति निकाल्नको लागि त यहाँ देखिको यतिलाई त निकाल्नु पर्यो नि त हैन I need only AB यति मात्रै चाहिएको छ तर यो मार्किङ्स त मैले 0 देखि गरेको नि त हैन 0 देखि गन्दै यहाँ रुलर छ हैन सो यति त भाँचेर निकाल्नु पर्यो सो 5 देखिको I have to remove 2 ओके सो त्यस्तो गरेर area of the graph is given to me as length into breadth okay length into breadth गर्दाखेरि मैले कति पाए change in time change in यो भनेको तिम्रो के हो t2 minus t1 भनेको जस्तै हो यो change in time and यो भनेको के हो तिम्रो 80 portion भनेको velocity हो कि हैन यो 0 to 50 के हो यो velocity हो ठीक छ सो मैले यहाँ AB into BC लाई I can also write it as change in area into change in velocity okay that means I can also write them as time into velocity change हटाइदिएर I just wrote it as time into velocity okay but तिमीलाई थाहा छ कि velocity भनेको के हो velocity भनेको त distance by time हो ठीक छ distance for uniform motion we will write distance displacement को बदली I am writing distance because this is uniform motion ठीक छ velocity is equals to distance by time अब यहाँनिर हाल्दियौ यो value put the value of velocity here velocity you found it as distance by time put it here that means area of the graph is equal to time into distance by time okay time into distance by time velocity को value यहाँ हाल्दिएको मात्रै हो just cancel this and you get it as distance so what do you finally see is you see that area of the graph is giving you distance so if you are asked to find area or we will be finding area we will be finding distance खोज्नुको लागि तिमीले के गर्नुपर्छ you have to find the area of the graph so for we will be using whatever knowledge I am giving you right now it will be required in your Newton's to find equation of motion त्यतिखेर खोज्दाखेरि चाहिँ when you need to find distance what you will do is you will actually find the area of the ग्राफ. ओके, किन खोजेको भन्दा अब यहाँ मैले यसरी देखाइदिइहालेको छु. एरिया अफ द ग्राफले चाहिँ डिस्टेन्स दिन्छ नि त. द्याट्स वाइ वेन वी निड टु फाइन्ड डिस्टेन्स वी विल एक्चुली फाइन्ड दि एरिया बादमा. ठिक छ. सो दिसमा द्याट्स अल फर टुडे. I'll be coming up with the equations of motion in the next video.